Hey, I want to take some time today to address an issue that's really been sticking in my craw. As a lot of you know, I run a little project called the TYMP Pistol Project. Now, for those of you that don't know what this is already, it's basically just a fund that helps provide good, law-abiding, legal citizens who want to exercise their Second Amendment rights but don't have the monetary ability to do so, a means to acquire a firearm. We choose a beneficiary every week. That person is able to go to an FFL and use this fund to purchase a firearm. They buy a gun legally from an FFL, and then they have the ability to exercise their Second Amendment rights. That's it in a nutshell. That's not the entire workings. I'll get into the workings a little bit later. Well, when I started doing this, I thought people will love this because I've always wanted to do this, and I think it's great. But it apparently isn't that great because since I've started doing it, a lot of people have left my Patreon account. They've stopped being patrons of my YouTube channel. And on their exit interviews, they say that the Pistol Project is the reason. And these people seem to have different concerns. In fact, there's three major concerns I want to address today. Two of those concerns are from the people that are leaving. One is from people that just have a general concern. And I'll get into all this stuff in more detail throughout the video. But first, let's deal with people that are afraid that I'm taking on a legal liability and that maybe even they may be taking on legal liability by being a patron. Well, that's not the case. Because the way the Pistol Fund works is basically I just provide a fund that pays for a firearm at a local FFL here. Then we choose a beneficiary every week. That beneficiary has to go to an FFL where they're at. That FFL contacts our FFL. That fund then provides a specific gun to that FFL, who then allows that beneficiary to come in and legally acquire that gun. They have to be legal, law-abiding, decent citizens. So no bad guys are getting guns through this project, no more so than through the NICS system. So there's no liability there. I'm not just handing guns to people. That's why we call them beneficiaries and not just, hey, we gave them a gun, because that's not what's going on. So it's totally legal. It's totally safe. So don't worry about me. For the people that are legitimately worried about me, don't worry about it. Now, the second issue comes from people that are actually leaving my Patreon account because of the project. And you might think, well, that's one or two people, but no, it's been going, my Patreon's been going boop, 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 every month because of this project. But I'm not going to stop it, in case people are wondering, because it's something I've always wanted to do. Well, their concern is we're giving something to people for nothing. They don't have to work for it, so they don't appreciate it. They feel like we're providing a firearm to someone who just hasn't shown that they've earned it. And to those people, the only thing I can say to address your concerns is, fuck you. I really don't care about your opinion if that's the way you feel. I've never understood this anti-charity opinion. It's the same people who say, don't give a homeless person $1. It's the same people. That dollar don't mean much to me, but it might mean a moment of happiness to another human being. And I'm not judging whether they're there because of reasons of their own doing. I'm just seeing a person suffering, and if I can alleviate that suffering in any way, I'm going to try to do it, especially if it doesn't harm me or my family. I've never understood that anti-charity mindset, especially from people who are so-called Christians, because I believe the Christian faith says if you have things and the person next to you has nothing, you're supposed to give them your things, right down to your sandals. That's the Christian way. You don't get to say, well, do they deserve my stuff? Do they deserve my food? You're supposed to just give it to them. Because what you do to them is what you do to God for the Christians. So I've never understood that whole anti-charity thing from the supposed Christians. So to those people, you can just fuck off. I don't care if you leave my channel. I don't care if you watch my channel. And as they leave, they usually say, this is why your channel is declining. Because no, my channel is not declining. Let's make the differentiation here. My channel is getting more subs every day, getting more views, getting, doing well. It's growing as fast as it should be, faster than it should be for the way I run my channel. But my Patreon is what's going down because these people are leaving because of the project. And like I said, to those people, fuck off. I don't really give a shit about you. Now, the other people, their concern is not as negative, or not as, I shouldn't say negative, but not as cynical, but it's still cynical. So I want to address it because it is a legitimate concern. This is the biggest one that I wanted to address today, so this is the reason I'm really doing this video. A lot of people are saying, I just can't be part of this because I know a lot of these people are just going to turn around and sell these guns and make money. And we've just wasted a gun going to someone, so why do it at all? Which I've never understood that mindset either. Because that's like saying, you know, if you run a food bank, why bother? Because 1 out of every 10 people that come in there is probably going to turn around and sell trade the food for drugs. Well, yeah, but 9 people are going to eat. And the way I look at it is, I don't focus on the negative. I understand that some people that are the beneficiary of the pistol project are going to take the gun eventually and sell it. Some people, you're right. You absolutely are right. Some people will just be lowlifes who abuse a system put in place to help law-abiding citizens exercise their Second Amendment right. Some people will abuse that system just to get a gun and sell it. And hopefully they do it legally, or they're taking on some liability themselves. And some people will sell the gun because it comes to a point where it's either feed my kid or keep the gun. And I would say feed the kid every time. And those people I'm not going to judge at all. I'm not going to bother judging any of them because I don't concern myself about the negative stuff. But some people will keep the gun, and some people will use the gun. And the way I look at it, and this might help other people understand my perspective, if I give away 100 guns, I give away about 5 guns a month. So if I give away 100 guns, and out of that 100 guns I give away, let's say 50 of them end up sold for one reason or another, I'm okay with that. Because like I said, not focusing on that. And then let's say out of those 50 remaining guns that don't get sold, 30 of them just get thrown in a drawer, never get used, and no one ever takes them to the range and nothing, because a lot of people said that too. They're just going to be, these are the kind of people that didn't earn the gun, so they're not going to appreciate it, just going to throw it in a drawer and never use it. Hey, the fact that they've got it in their home, in a drawer, in a safe, because it comes with a safe, every time I send one, it comes with safes, ammo, everything like this over here in the picture. So they just put it in their safe and they never use it again. That's fine with me. Now let's say another 15 of them use the gun. They take it to the range. They practice with it. They sometimes even carry it. That's awesome. That, to me, that's the reason right there, one of the reasons to do this project. Along with the ones that just stick it in the safe. So I'm okay with that. Also, let's say another 5 carry it every day. That's amazing. That's what I'm hoping to achieve. And I'm thrilled that 5 out of that 100 carry every day. I'm thrilled. And then let's say 1 person out of 100. Or let's say even it goes further and I've given away 1,000 guns now, and 1 person uses that gun to defend themselves, defend their lives, defend the life of their child, of another innocent person, etc. Well, it was worth the 1,000 guns, in my opinion. It was well worth it. So I don't concern myself. And let's not keep thinking to ourselves that these people are all just, people trying to get something for free. No, a lot of these people are people that are good, decent people, good, hardworking people. They're men, they're women, they're older people, retirees. They're people that have had their houses destroyed by natural disaster. They're people taking care of their elderly parents. These have been the beneficiaries of the project. These are good people. I just don't understand why people have to say, oh, these are just awful people. No, these are parents. These are, just good, decent, hardworking people. People seem to forget that the vast majority of people who work nowadays barely make a living. Most all of our poverty-ridden people are working full-time. Most people living in poverty actually have a job that some people don't understand. So it's hard to exercise your Second Amendment rights when you're living in poverty. And living in poverty doesn't make you a bad person. I grew up in poverty. So if you say that makes someone a bad person, you're saying it makes me a bad person. These are good, honest people. So I just don't understand all the negative feelings about it. Hopefully this clears up some of them. Like I said, if you're someone that just had legitimate concerns, I hope this video addressed them. If you're one of those people that just doesn't like giving something to someone for nothing, then fuck you. Another 5%, my nose is so fucking itchy. Oh my God, I gotta do this video over. Fuck. These aren't people that, are just all thugs. Got to turn that off. Ugh. think I pissed myself a little bit.